What's going on, everybody? Yes, I know. I still haven't shaved. But, hey, give me a break. My back was killing me Saturday, Sunday, and it's still somewhat bothering me today, but not nearly as bad as it was Saturday and Sunday. I mean, couldn't go to church yesterday. And I know. I go to church and yet I do say a few four-letter words here and there. There's times I hate myself for it. But, sorry, I mean, damn, there's times I hate myself, and I really do at times. But that's just who I am. But any which way. Well, it has been an interesting weekend with the NFL playoffs. Let's see now. Yeah. I wrote down the brackets. Seeing the from seeing the LA Rams take down the Carolina Panthers to the Bears coming back from an 18-point deficit to upset the Green Bay Packers, to the 49ers taking down last year's Super Bowl champion Eagles. And honestly, I know, there were missed calls on both sides every single game. Not just one game, all of them. And, of course, there's going to be missed calls. It don't matter whether it's college, pro, high school football, Pop Warner, Pee Wee. It don't matter. A referee is going to miss calls regardless. And, and honestly, they're not missing the calls on purpose. All they're wanting is the teams to just play. They just want to let the boys or the men play. That's all they want. They don't want to slow down the game every other play, throwing that little yellow hanky out there. They don't want to call them unless they really have to. But because they don't want the game to slow down. They want the game to go. And so, yes, if they miss a call, they miss a call. It's called shit happens. And it happens more than you think. And then, of course, let's see now. You had the Jaguars got upset by the Bills. And then I couldn't, I had to get up early this morning, so I couldn't watch last night's game. But I saw the final score. I saw that the Patriots beat the Chargers 16-3. So, I'm like... And then, won't get to watch tonight's game. Because 10-1 odds, I'm probably going to watch Raw on Netflix till about 9:30. Then go to bed. Gotta wake up at 4:30. And, do what I gotta do in the morning. And of course now, we had about 3.4, maybe 3.5 inches of rain this past Saturday. My county was under a flood warning. And Lake Allatoona looks a hell of a lot better than it did. Now, I haven't been by Fields Landing, so I don't know how it looks. But I'm pretty sure as much as it rained, it probably didn't help it too much. Because for those that have watched the video, you've seen how it looked. It did not look good at all. No. Not by a long shot. It looked horrible. But and so then you got this upcoming weekend, the NFC divisional rounds and the AFC divisional rounds. But who do y'all think is going to face the Denver Broncos when the Houston Texans take on the Pittsburgh Steelers? Now, I said I've been wrong on some of these, but I can honestly say I was correct on the Philadelphia Eagles were not going to go to the Super Bowl this year. But damn it, that 49er Eagle game, that was a good game. It could have went either way. Because, I mean, on that fourth down, right near the end of the game, had the Eagles wide receiver not missed a catch that a high schooler could have made barehanded, obviously, or hell, blindfolded, they probably would have got the first down, and they probably would have got the touchdown, making the 49ers have to really quickly get down the field fast enough to get a field goal. But shoulda, woulda, coulda, didn't happen. The 49ers ended up getting the upper hand on Philadelphia, and that was it. I mean, it was just that simple. Let's see now. Because let's see, you had the Panthers at home, they lost. Eagles at home, they lost. Jaguars at home, lost. So that's 1, 2, 3. So yeah, that was 3 home teams lost. While the Bears were at home against Green Bay, they won. The Patriots at home against the Chargers, they won. And tonight, the Steelers at home against the Texans. So, will Pittsburgh be the 4th team at home to lose? Or will Pittsburgh upset C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans? And on another note, I also, on my previous video, when it comes to January 19th, when the college football championship, I said I was going to flip a quarter to see whether I watch Monday Night Raw or will I watch the college football championship. Well, I got it right here. If it lands on heads, I'm going to watch the college championship. It hits tails, I'm watching Raw. So now, I hope I don't drop this and have to go inside the damn house and get another quarter. Because if it falls and hits, it'll end up landing between the cracks here of the deck. So here we go. Well, I meant to catch it, not drop it. So I gotta do it again. Son of a. And up. It is heads. So there we go. The decision has been made. I will be watching the national championship for college football on January the 19th. As the Miami Hurricanes will take on the Indiana Hoosiers. Now, I don't know who's going to win, honestly. But, Miami does have a good defense. But on the other hand, so does Indiana. So honestly, it's going to come down to whoever's defense wears out. Yeah. Whichever team's defense wears out first, that team is going to be the one to lose. But Indiana's got some big boys on that team. Miami does too. But that's the kicker. Which defense will break down and get tired first? Will Miami's defense buckle and not be able to defend worth the crap? Or will Indiana's defense fluctuate and go down? Well, we'll find out Monday night, January 19th, of who's going to win. But honestly, as much of an ACC fan I am, and I am a diehard fan of the Atlantic Coast Conference, because as many of y'all have seen on my fishing videos, I got the Georgia Tech logo tattooed on me. A part of me wants to go for Miami, but I'm just going to be real here. I'm just going to live in reality here. And I'm going to say Indiana's going to win the national championship. And of course now tonight, I'm picking Houston to beat the Steelers. Because, let's see, this year, I have seen Houston beat teams that I wouldn't have thought they would have had a chance in hell against. I mean, when I saw Houston take down Kansas City, I was sitting there thinking, oh, damn. But then Denver beat Kansas City twice. God, I might be wrong, but I think I saw the Cowboys beat the Chiefs too. Could be wrong. But a part of me thinks that, yeah, I think the Cowboys did do it too. And with the way both Super Bowl runner-up and the champion played, how they kept losing to teams that, let's be honest, had no business losing to. I had a funny feeling that the Eagles weren't going to make it all the way. And so now you have 14 teams in the NFL playoffs. So when the Panthers lost, down to 13. Eagles lost, down to 12 or 13. When the Packers lost, well, either which way. So, yeah. So, when Rams beat the Panthers, so when the Panthers lost, Eagles, Packers, Jaguars, Chargers, and tonight when the Steelers or Texans, whichever one of those two loses, be down to the 8. Where this weekend, 8 teams will be fighting to see who goes to the NFC and AFC title game. Let's see now. Now, while Matthew Stafford and the Rams are decent, honestly, I don't know how they're going to handle the Seahawks up in Seattle. Just like, honestly, I don't know how, the cat fight! Wow, I had a couple of cats scrapping it out for a second. Yeah, we actually have a lot of cats. We got 2 cats inside, and there's about 7 outside. There was 9, but 2 of them got ran over by idiots in my neighborhood. But these were feral cats that got trapped and fixed. And so they all turned around and called it the Fay Drive Colony. And I'm being glared by one of them now. I believe it's Target. Now he's an orange cat, but we call him Target because I forgot if it was on either the right side or the left side of him. Actually has a white dot with and it looks like a target, so we call him Target. Got another one that looks just like that. It's big. It's fat. Will eat anything it sees in front of it, so we called it Garfield. But anyways, back to the sports part. So I was saying I'm not sure how good the Rams are going to do against Seattle at home, at their home. And that's an NFC West matchup. Ha! Okay, don't know how the... Gonna be kind of hard for me to pick between the 49ers and the Bears. Considering that, okay, the Bears came from being down by 18 points to upsetting the Packers. That's not an easy task to do. Never has been in the past. Not so much today either. But then you got the 49ers. They had the back and forth between the Eagles, and the 49ers found a way to come out on top of the Eagles at Lincoln Financial Field. I mean, it was like, the Bills and the Jaguars. All season, I've seen the Jaguars play a bit better than the Bills this year. But that one interception by Trevor Lawrence sealed that deal. So the Bills, in my opinion, and folks, don't get pissed off at my opinion, the Bills got lucky. But now the Bills have a date with the Patriots. And it will be at Foxborough. So but and then for tonight's game though, I'm kind of pulling for the Texans. I mean, the Texans, they have a fantastic quarterback, C.J. Stroud, a quarterback that the Falcons should have got instead of a quarterback that has had multiple ACL injuries in college. But hey, the Falcons are going to Falcon. They're going to do what they do best. Screw up. And then, but yeah, I do think that the Texans are going to be the ones going to Denver to take on the Broncos. And I think once the Texans go to Denver, that's where Houston's little story will probably come to a halt. And I mean, and I know it's still early in the playoffs, but I'm thinking it's going to be Patriots and Broncos for the AFC title. And I think it'll be either the Seahawks taking on the Niners or Bears. I think the Seahawks are going to the NFC title. And they'll either face the Niners or the Bears. That's just my prediction. Or what I think. Now, I have been wrong. Like I said in the one video. My one video that I did on Saturday in the rain. When it was raining out here. I said Indiana was going to win 38-35 against Oregon. And the final score wound up being 56-22. Indiana went duck hunting and shot them ducks down. I mean, Indiana kicked the living hell out of the Oregon Ducks. Just like I'm calling it, Indiana's gonna put Carson Beck's head into the ground. He is gonna get the ever-loving hell beat out of. Because, I mean, Indiana has blown out every opponent they faced. They blew out Alabama. They blew out Oregon. So, I don't see Indiana not beating the living hell out of the Hurricanes. I just don't see it. I do not see the Hoosiers losing to the Hurricanes. It's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get brutal. Cause once the whoever's defense wears out, gets wore the hell out, that's gonna put an end. That will put the final nail in the coffin, as the old saying goes. And with me making this kind of prediction, I'll dare say it. I think this year's Super Bowl will be God, who's that? I just lost my train of thought here. But I got it. This year, I think the Super Bowl is going to be the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks. Unless, of course, Houston pulls a surprise not so fast. But you know what? Hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I will do a video and say, hey, I was wrong. And I'll be a man of my word. I will say it. I was freaking wrong. Throughout the college playoffs and throughout the I can't say so much about the NFL playoffs because so far the only thing about the NFL playoffs I've been right about was the Eagles weren't going to go to the Super Bowl. The Philadelphia Eagles were not going to go to the Super Bowl. So that's the only thing I've gotten right so far in the NFL playoffs. Oh, wait. And the fact that when I asked Siri about the Packers and Bears score, and it showed that they were down by 18 points, I thought, okay, Green Bay's going to advance. So there you go. So the Bears surprised everybody with the upset of the Packers. So I was wrong there. Despite the fact that I never made a prediction about how that game was going to go. Even though a part of me did think, well, I just don't like the Bears' chances, but the Bears proved me wrong. Like the old saying goes in the world of sports, there is no lead that is safe. There is no lead safe. And of course, so, like I said, anything can happen in the world of sports. It don't matter what sport it is, whether it's baseball, basketball, football, hockey, soccer, it don't matter. I mean, one time I watched an Atlanta United game and they were down 2-0 to DC United. They came back. They scored one before the end of the first half, and then they got 2 more goals in the second half, upsetting them 3-2. So that's what I'm saying. No lead safe. Come to think of it, I think Atlanta United has gone through more coaches than the Falcons. Or most professional teams in general. I mean, Christ, they started the very year that Mercedes-Benz opened. I mean, before Mercedes-Benz opened, they had to use Bobby Dodd Stadium at Hyundai. Yeah, Bobby Dodd at Hyundai Field. Now. So, yeah, they had to go to Georgia Tech's football stadium. Getting tongue-tied there. Just to have their soccer games. Before the Benz opened up. Amazing. Then again, the Atlanta Hawks once used McCamish Pavilion, Georgia Tech's basketball arena. When they tore down the Omni and built the Phillips Arena, now known as State Farm Arena. So, yeah. It's crazy. But, now sometime this week, I will drive to parts of the lake to see what has been done or how much of how good the rain did. From what I saw crossing the bridge when I was crossing the bridge at the marina, it filled it up pretty good. And and when my back stops twinging a bit, I'll walk down to the cove and see how good it looks. Now, of course, not at the very beginning part of it, it's not going to look all that great. But it might look alright. But anyway, folks, just comment what you think is going to happen in the NFL playoffs and who y'all think is going to win the national championship between Miami and Indiana. As you can already see, I'm already picking Indiana to win it all. And, I mean, I honestly think it's going to be a Seattle Seahawks and Denver Broncos Super Bowl. But I could be wrong on that. Let me know what y'all think. And who do you think is going to win between Houston and Pittsburgh tonight? And who do you think is going to advance to the NFC, AFC title game? And who do you think is going to go to the Super Bowl? I'm giving my opinion out. I would love to hear y'all's opinions of who y'all think is going to win the Super Bowl. Who y'all think is going to win the national championship in college football. Because, shoot. I couldn't count how many times I've been wrong on many things. I'll even dare say it. When the Falcons were up 28-3 at halftime, I thought, well, hot damn, the Falcons are going to win the Super Bowl. No. Kyle Shanahan and his lousy play calling cost the Falcons that game. It was very obvious. Instead of running the damn ball 2 or 3 times a play, he wanted to throw. Because even if he just did 2 run plays here and then do a pass play and get a completion for first downs, and ultimately maybe getting a 4th down in field goal range, the Falcons could have gotten 2 or 3 field goals. And the Falcons would have held that Lombardi trophy. This is why I say as long as 49ers have Kyle Shanahan, they ain't never going to win a Super Bowl. Not until they get rid of Shanahan. And honestly, and this is my opinion too, while I'm no fan of the Georgia Bulldogs, until they get rid of Bobo, I just don't see them winning the championship again. National title wise. They can win all the SEC title games they want. But they were one of the 4 teams, or excuse me, this year, for this year's case, they were one of the 3 teams this year that had the bye week, and they found a way to lose. And to Ole Miss of all teams. And see, that's the unpredictability of football. Or any sport. You don't know who the hell is going to win until the final 4 zeros in the 4th quarter. But yeah, folks, I mean, just let me know who y'all think's going to do what, who's going to win what. Who do you think's going to the Super Bowl? Who do you think's going to win the national championship? Just don't forget to hit the like and subscribe to Jason Fishing Videos. Till next time, guys. Peace out, everybody.